Hello there once again. This is the SCRABBLEMAN, a man of many words. I'm going to go through another game, another high-end expert game. This game was played by myself and Aabid. Aabid is, some of you might be aware, that he is the current World Youth Scrabble Champion from Sri Lanka. So I played this game against Aabid on Sunday at the Scrabbler of the Year tournament, which I managed to win. So I played 2 games against him. This was one of the games I played against him. So I'd like to go through this game. I started off, I can't quite remember what I had exactly, but I think I had a bunch of bad consonants and a few awkward vowels. I think I had a really tough rack. I exchanged 6 tiles and hung out to the R, and then he replied by playing COO. I do not know what he had, all the letters that he had on his rack, but this is what he played. Cool. Again with Aabid, on almost most occasions, he would try to score a bonus in the first couple of moves. He would do his level best to try and shoot ahead and score a bonus. So I wasn't surprised he's doing the same thing in this game. The next move though, I had these tiles. I played dairies. I tried to be as defensive as I could, trying not to give him any easy words to hook S's to. So I definitely didn't want to play airside, for example. That would mean he could pluralize airside easily, plus there are lots of floaters for him to play through. So dairies, I think probably diaries would have been better, especially considering the double letter square that is next to the I. So the dangerous consonants that could be placed there are the X and the Q. So Q, you probably can't take it twice over because you would have to make IA. The X, of course, you can make you can get it both ways by scoring AX or EX, but then it'll be difficult for you to score a 5-letter word starting with the X going this way, unless it's something like Xenon, but I'm putting an A there. I don't know how many words there are with beginning with XA. So I definitely should have put dairies instead of diaries instead of dairies. Sorry, yeah. So whereas if I played dairies, it's easier for him to score with the Z or the J. So this is just a little nuance that I'm deliberating over, a small factor, but it's good to consider these things if you have a few options. So I think diaries would have been the most defensive out of the bonuses that are available, but I played dairies, not too bad. Yes, and then he plays 1 letter, he plays Y, so that tells me definitely he's up to something. And then this was my rack. So I did see a couple of options. I did see Khalif. The leaves not that great though, OEE. Plus I'm not taking this floater away, this R floater, which he could utilize to a good degree, because that would give him a double, and I don't want him to have a double. So if I could somehow block that, I'll try and block it. I didn't see Forkier. Apparently Forkier is also a word. I don't know whether I would have played it, but I thought I'd like to set up the board dynamic right from the start against Aabid. I want to be as defensive as I could. I tend to find that he thrives on open boards, so I want to keep things tight against him. So I played FOE, it scores less, but I straight away see I've set myself up for elk the very next turn. Plus I've taken out 4 floaters, and there's no chance, very little chance of him scoring a double. So him scoring a bonus would be through the C or through the O somehow. So I wanted to play a bit defensive there, knowing how Aabid thrives on open boards. And yes, he played a bonus through the O. I was surprised to see that. I was expecting a bonus through the C, if at all. And then yes, this was my rack, and I think I did go through all the I'm not 100% thorough, but I'm rather sure of the words that end with like. We have the suffix like, the 7 letters and 8 letters, and I did give, I think, gear like some thought, but it's not a word. I was rather sure that germ like was the only 8-letter word with this combination, at least having a like ending. So I was just happy to play elk and take the points. And then he plays a jiva, which was very interesting. He's being as open as he could. So he's opened up this triple letter square, and triple letter square here as well. These are very deadly the way he's opened them up, because you could place a high scoring consonant, plus you can reach up to the double letter score, and you can easily score a 40 or a 50. But if you had one of those big consonants, especially the X, you would score about 60 or 70. But it was very open and aggressive play by Aabid, which I'm not surprised. And luckily, I was able to come down with something for a decent score. I scored 45 for Hyrie, so nothing more to say there. That is the best move. Let me just check. Yes, that is the best move. And then, not surprisingly, he did come down with text. That's probably why he opened up both these triple letter squares. And for me as well, I was able to come down with a decent score for 45. That's a rather obvious turn. That was Wise's as well, but why waste the S, and relatively good synergy for a bonus with DEG. And he played pop. I'm not quite sure what he had though, but he played pop the next turn. And then yes, so I'm very wary now of the board dynamic, how open it is, and the openings that are available for a bonus. There are 2 blanks unseen. I don't have any of them. I am somewhat near a bonus. This is not too bad, the letters that I'm having, but I want to play defensive now. Yes, this is a very dangerous opening on the O column for him to score a bonus, or even a decent score, 40 or 50 if he had an S to go on to Hyrie. So I could have played Meg down, but then that completely shuts things up. I wanted to play Meg this way, because in case if I got the I would be able to score an 8-letter word coming down ending with ing, or even I could score a bonus down in row 15. Not a bonus, sorry. I could score a word reaching up to the last triple word square, the red square, hooking on to things here, because I have the N, so I can make something like in. So with that in mind, I didn't want to fully throttle the board. I wanted to keep things open a bit as well, setting things up here and there for myself. Obviously there is this X opening as well for me to come down, or for him to come down for that matter. Yes, now with this turn, with what he's played, these are not his tiles, by the way. I didn't ask what his tiles were, but he played tent, and that clearly gives me an indication that he's on the lookout for a bonus. So now the lead's gone up now by about 40 points. So I want to somehow balloon that lead so that it becomes a distance of a bonus, 50-60 points. So I had this rack, and I did see unbed, but I thought, well, the blanks are unseen. I have a decent leave there with SCND. So again, this hook is there for me to come down here, or if I could get an I could hopefully score a bonus down here. So I didn't want to play unbed. I know that the other factor is that if I played more tiles, that will leave me with a better opportunity of picking one of the blanks, because playing 5 tiles, I have a better opportunity of picking the blanks than 3 tiles, better tile turnover, as they say in Scrabble. But I thought I have good synergy with SCND, so I played bum instead. And he exchanged 1 tile. I'm not too sure what he exchanged. That definitely gives it away that he has a bonus. So now I definitely want to block. So surely he must be having a blank, or 2 for that matter. Yes, I had this rack, and I just want to shut things up now. So I've shut down both the bingo lanes to score similar words. Very unlikely he's going to score bonus ending with a B, or a bonus, a 10-letter word through any of these 3-letter words there. It's very unlikely. I completely shut the board down. As you can see, I was a bit wary that I'm shutting the board down too early, but I just thought Aabid's strength is in open boards, so I'm not going to play into his hands. I'm going to somehow eke out a win here, even if he does score a bonus, by trying to delay his bonus and lessen the blow even if he does come down with a bonus for about 60 points. So I wasn't too concerned about the board being blocked at a very early stage, and unsurprisingly he did try to open with this. So this is a very difficult opening to block. I had a very frustrating rack. There are no bonuses with this combination. I'm very near a bonus. The diners set, 6-letter set, 7-letter set is very strong. It makes bonuses with all vowels and lots of consonants. Unfortunately, it doesn't make a bonus with an L. Diners plus an L makes nothing. So I was trying to block this opening now. Things are looking really ominous. I could play some. I don't think I'll block this opening if I played a 5-letter word. For example, if I played riled, it wouldn't adequately block it, because if he had a blank, he could somehow make parallel plays through the R and the I and the L, and somehow score his bonus. So I would have to somehow play a 6-letter word. Even then, it's a bit suspect. He could still squeeze one through if he had a blank or even 2 blanks. Now I'm suspecting. But with rinse though, I am throwing away all good synergy. In terms of the bonus friendly tiles that I have, I'm throwing all of that away. So I'm also wary of the fact that I don't want to pick up rubbish and having to deal with rubbish. So I want to also have bonus friendly tiles, so that in case I do manage to block this somehow, he's obviously going to try and open up somewhere else. So when he does open up in that other place, I'll be ready with the bonus to take that opening and to kill the game completely. So I did play La, which is a bit of a trade-off. It's probably the least dangerous consonant to place in front of R than the S and the D. He would have to obviously end with lots of bonuses, end with AL. So I was wary of the fact there are lots of A, but I just thought this will be the least dangerous. And the next turn, unfortunately, he probably picked up the Q after having changed the one tile. He plays QI, and then I had diners plus a D. There are no bonuses, but I was happy to take the points there, and again balloon the lead now to about 70 points. And now he plays Tay, so obviously he's trying to open up another spot here. He could end with the T, and now it's my job to keep blocking. So it's a bit of a cat and mouse game now here. So the lead is not that great, so I'm still wary of the fact that he could still score a bonus, and it could be a tight end game with another blank, 2 blanks to come. But I was happy to block, and then he plays Vola. Now I'm thinking this probably could take an S, but I know for a fact that VOLA doesn't take an S. So, but I just didn't want to take a chance. But I tried to somehow block that opening by playing Feina. I was under the impression that this word doesn't take an S, but in fact it does take an S. So that was a bad turn on my part. But luckily for me though, Aabid did try to score a bonus by playing pluralizing Vola. And I wasn't surprised to see the 2 blanks. But unfortunately Vola doesn't take an S, so I did challenge the move. Now I know what he has, so I'm under some time pressure now, because I'm trying desperately to block the board and somehow eke out a win, knowing that he has now 2 blanks. So I thought the best thing to do at this present time is to take some points and put him back in the position where he was. So I didn't want to meddle around with this area of the board. I wanted to, well, I was rather sure that this didn't take an S, so he probably thought the same. So I took the points now, and as expected he opened up, and I knew also when I had this rack that I was well, not as likely as the racks that I had before, but ULERS is not too bad in terms of looking out for a bonus. So I was open to the probability of scoring a bonus myself. I did score a decent score, so that proved okay in all fronts. So he played DO, and yes, so I did score my bonus. So at that time, I thought it was an unlikely word, curlers, but now I understand. Yes, you have hair curlers and all of that. So I didn't reason out that far, but I thought I was taking a chance, but careless is in fact a word. And as expected, he scored his bonus, and since there were A's available, he used up one of the A's to play paternal. And then let's see what happened. Yes, by that time I was sure the game was won because I'd already scored my bonus and extended the lead for about 150, and then it was just going through the last rites of the game. So this was a very interesting game, a bit of cat and mouse in the middle of the game. I hope you were able to glean something from this game and how I managed the board until the end. I hope to see you sometime soon, and stay tuned for more commentaries like this. All the best. Bye bye.